सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अस्मद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्णः परमात्मने नमः। 11th श्लोक। श्रीभगवानुवाच हन्त ते कथयिष्यामि दिव्याख्यात्मविभूतयः प्राधान्यतः कुरु श्रेष्ठ नास्त्यन्तो विस्तरस्य मे। अहमात्मा गुडाकेश सर्वभूताशयस्थितः अहमादिश्च मध्यं च भूतानामन्त एव च। आदित्यानामहं विष्णुः ज्योतिषां रविरंशुमान् मरीचिर्मरुतामस्मि नक्षत्राणामहं शशि। वेदानां सामवेदोऽस्मि देवानामस्मि वासवः। इन्द्रियाणां मनश्चास्मि भूतानामस्मि चेतना। रुद्राणां शङ्करश्चास्मि वित्तेषो यक्षरक्षसां वसूनां पावकश्चास्मि। मेरुशिखरिणामहं पुरोदसाञ्च मुख्यं मां विद्धि पार्थ बृहस्पतिं। सेनानीनामहं स्कन्दः सरसामस्मि सागरः। महर्षीणां भृगुरहं गिरामस्म्येकमक्षरं। यज्ञानां जपयज्ञोऽस्मि स्थावराणां हिमालयः। अश्वत्थः सर्ववृक्षाणां देवर्षीणां च नारदः। गन्धर्वाणां चित्ररथः सिद्धानां कपिलो मुनिः। उच्चैश्रवसमश्वानां विद्धि माममृतोद्भवम्। ऐरावतङ्गजेन्द्राणां नराणां च नराधिपम्। आयुधानामहं वज्रं धेनूनामस्मि कामधुक्। प्रजनश्चास्मि कन्दर्पः सर्गाणामस्मि वासुकी। अनन्तश्चास्मि नागानां वरुणो यादसामहं। पितॄणामर्यमा चास्मि यमः संयमतामहं। प्रह्लादश्चास्मि दैत्यानां कालः कलयतामहं। मृगाणां च मृगेन्द्रोऽहं वैनतेयश्च पक्षिणां। पवनः पवतामस्मि रामः शस्त्रभृतामहं। यशाणां मकरश्चास्मि स्रोतसामस्मि जाह्नवी। सर्गाणामादिरन्तश्च मध्यं चैवाहमर्जुन। अध्यात्मविद्या विद्यानां वादः प्रवदतामहम्। अक्षराणाम् अकारोऽस्मि द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च। अहमेवाक्षयः कालः धाताहं विश्वतो मुखं। मृत्युः सर्वहरश्चाहं उद्भवश्च भविष्यतां कीर्तिश्रीर्वाक्च नारीणां स्मृतिर्मेधा धृतिक्षमा बृहत्साम तथा साम्नां गायत्री छन्दसामहं मासानां मार्गशीर्षोऽहं ऋतूनां कुसुमाकरः. Okay. So as Krishna was enumerating all his vibhutis and how he remembers it, among all the various vibhutis, Divya Vibhutayaha, he started saying, and the last class we saw Sarpanam asmi vasukihi anantaschasmi naganam varuno yadasamyaham pitrinam adyamachasmi yamassamyamatamaham. Okay. Sarpas, the one which are on the earth, okay, with one head. So I am Vasuki. Vasuki, the Sarpa, is the one which is at Shiva's neck, Vasuki. And Anantaschasmi Naganam. The Nagas are the ones which are found in the Mahatala and the Patala Lokas. So they are the Lokas for Nagas. They have got multiple heads and they have got a lot of other Siddhis and Shaktis. Okay. So there I am Anantaha, Anantanaga, which is Mahavishnu's cushion seating, right? Varuno Yadasamaham. So Yadas are those living beings in the water. It can be animals, aquatic animals, plus nymphs, the mixtures of two different types, all those things together. And there I am Varuna Bhagavan. Among the Pitras, I am Aryama. Aryama is Surya Bhagavan. Aryaman. Okay, Aryama, Dhata. So it comes, this word Aryama comes in. Dhata, Aryama, all these words come back in which particular Sanskrit shloka? In Aditya Hridayam, all this Aryaman, all comes there. There we have seen each and every word where whoever have attended that class will remember. So each of the names of Surya was there, what it denotes, and there Aryaman we had seen. Okay. So I am Aryama among the Pitras. Okay. Then Yamasamyamatamaham. Wherever there is samyama or sanyam, or there is a discipline, and the yama there which stops, okay, everything. Prahladashchasmi daityanam. Among the daityas, among the asuras, daityas, Diti's children, I am Prahlada, who is a completely astika and who believes in Ishvara, and that is where I am Prahlada. Kalah kalayatamaham. So that one which snatches away and goes, I am that Kala Tattva, Kalayata. Okay. So that permanency is disturbed. It will not remain. Kalaham, to remove, go, pura uddhar macha dena jo bolte na, I am that Kala. Okay. Kalah kalayatamaham. Mriganancha mrigendroham. Among the animals, I am Mrigendraha, Simhaha. Okay. And Vainateya yascha pakshina. Vainateya. Vainateya, Vinata's son is Vainateya. Vinata, son is Garuda. Garuda is called Vainateya. Okay. And among the Pakshis, Pakshis are the ones who have Paksha. Paksha is who can fly. And those who can fly, among them I am Garuda. So it need not be just animals, It can be anything including aeroplane. And the moment you say Pakshi, that which has an ability to fly. So Pushpaka Vimana is a Pakshi. Okay, right. Next, Pavanah Pavatamasmi Ramashastra Jashanam Makaraschasmi Srotasamasmi Jahnavi Pavanaha Pavatam Asmi Ramashastra Bhrutam Aham Jashanam Makaraha Cha Asmi Srotasam Asmi Jahnavi Pavatam Asmi. Pavatam, this word Pavatam means that which has an ability to purify. पावन करने का जिसमें क्षमता है उसे पवताम कहते हैं. तो देयर आर मेनी थिंग्स विच कैन प्यूरिफाई. धरती प्यूरिफाई करती है, अग्नि कैन प्यूरिफाई, जल कैन प्यूरिफाई, विंड कैन प्यूरिफाई. ओके, नाउ व्हेन यू सी all these are able to purify, then why Pavanah Pavatam Asmi? Okay. When you say the ability of the dharti to purify, for example, कोई भी गंदा चीज रहे तो धरती में गिरते ही over a period of time it will be completely taken in by the earth and then it gets purified. Microbial growth will happen, all those things will happen. It will get completely purified, move to the next, either matter or energy. That is the ability of Dharti. Jala has a very unique ability to purify. Jala never becomes impure. Dharti can get impure, but Jala never becomes impure. That is why for purification you use Jala. Any of the Ashaucha, anything comes, purification is with Jala, always, right? Agni has a very unique ability to purify. Jala can purify only that which is physical. Dharti, if you put into it at that place, it will purify. पानी जिसका संपर्क में आए वो physically will get purified. Okay, so it has an ability to move. जैसा जल जाते रहेगा उतना वो जगह प्यूरिफाई करते जाएगा. अग्नि में इट हैज अ यूनिक एबिलिटी टू प्यूरिफाई. दैट इज व्हाई वी से अग्नि संपर्क इज अ प्यूरिफिकेटरी प्रोसेस. Wherever there is any enzyme or anything which is related to warmth, you will see that it will purify. A raw fruit ripens in presence of certain enzymes and other things. That is the purificatory process by which it will be there. कच्चा कैरी लेके आओ, उसे रखो. There is a process which happens in that, and that gets purified to pure. और आम जो है पक जाता है. So raw becomes ripe is a purificatory process. Agni Samparka. The moment we connect with Agni, all the proteins, carbohydrates and all those things will get a little broken, by which there is a purification process in our cooking, and that is why we don't eat directly raw. We cook and eat because purification process happens with Agni and Jala Samparka. Then that food goes into the stomach. In Jathara Agni, there is a purification process which breaks it into further things. So more and more the Sat is retained, Asat is removed out. That which gets converted to more Satta is purification. In that purification process, either Prithvi Samparka, Jala Samparka, Agni Samparka comes. So there is, what is the difference between Agni Samparka? When we say Agni Sambandha, this Agni is related to Yaga and Homa, that Agni versus Jala. When we say jala, when it goes in connection with something, it will do physically purification. I feel impure, I go and take a bath, it purifies my body. Wherever the clothes are dirty, I wash it in water, the dirt goes away. So that samparka, wherever physically is there, the jala will do the job. Okay. गंदगी साफ करना जल का एक एबिलिटी है. But when it comes to Agni, this a person's papam is given. So the person gives off the papam. Who takes it? Who takes it? Someone has to take. If someone is giving, someone has to take, right? Agni will take it because with the mantra, the prayaschitta is done. So Agni takes over the papa. Okay. What will Agni do? Can Agni keep it? Agni gives it, purifies itself because of the mantras. So the mantras ensure purification of the Agni. Okay. So now the mantras have got the papa. Who takes it from the mantras? The person who chants the mantra takes it from the mantras. Correct? Why do I take it? Why do the chanter take it? Because for that he gets a dakshina. To cleanse that papa, he is getting a dakshina. Okay, this is how that connection is. This is a story is that way. Now, the ability of Agni to clean is there, but the Agni cannot just clean it up there. Then it goes from there to the Ajya. From Ajya, it goes to the mantra. From the mantra to the person who is chanting the mantra. That person accepts dakshina and now is sitting with the papa. Where will that go now? Only by Veda chanting it can go, because that cannot get sullied by any point. That is why they say that all, if you do any karma, you have to do that many more prayaschitta gayatri, japa, so that this papa what you have taken has to get cleansed off completely. And that only the Vedas have got the ability. So even Agni's ability is given by the Vedas to purify it. Agni Samparka. Okay. So one is physically cleaning, other is metaphysically also cleaning. Apam is not physical stuff. So Agni has an ability to, because if it can go and give the ahuti to that devata is not visible, is not directly accessible. So it has an ability to go through that particular layer of physical and go to the next. Agni has that ability. Correct? And that is why Agni. Vayu is further, because it will not be held in one place, it will keep on going. The spread and the breadth of it is very high. Okay. Agni will be limited, Jala will be limited, Dharti will be limited. But the next question should come that why not Akasha? Akasha can never get impure. It is always pure. Space can never get impure. Why? It doesn't have one reason why space can never get impure. If you remember the second chapter, probably 19th shloka and 20th shloka, we had told this many years back. I think 19th shloka, I don't know, I have to see. I am telling out of my memory. '24th and 20th. Sorry, not 19th. 24th and 20th. In 24th and 25th, what is it dealing with? छिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापो न शोषयति मारुतः अच्छेद्योऽयमदाह्योऽयमक्लेद्यो शोष्य एव च. Only opposite to our subject, not Nitya Sarvagata Sthana. Subject, what we are referring to is only up to this. What are these four things mentioned? Nainam chindanti shastrani achedyoyam nainam dahati pavakaha adahyoyam. Correct? Reference point is Atma. But why these? How do these break? Achedyoyam, adahyoyam, akledyaha, shoshya. This four, how does it happen? Shastrani nainam chindanti, nainam dahati pavakaha, nachainam kledayantyaapaha, na shoshayati marutaha. Completely forgotten. What? How? Related to what aspect? Shastrani.
Cannot be broken by the weapons.
That is the meaning. Refers to what? No, leave the Atma. Leave that Atma part. Come to this context. How does this breaking and purification happen? Refers to Prithvi Tattva. Nainam chindanti shastrani. Shastrani Prithvi Tattva. Chindanti. Prithvi cannot kill it, break it, destroy it. Achedyoyam. I am achedyaha. Why? Prithvi has got. When you say this is broken to this, what happened? For example, take any example, something has broken to something. Take any example, doesn't matter. For our food has broken down to carbohydrate, protein, fat. Means what?
It has broken into parts.
That means what was there? That means what was there in the original? It was made up of parts.
Parts.
So if anything is made up of parts and kept in a particular way or is stable in a particular way, you change that formation of these parts, that's what you call it as broken. The rearranged formation. If you remove something out of it, how can you remove something out of it unless it is a part of it? So Prithvi has got kala, it has got part. Okay, death is what? Removal of a particular rearranging of something and separating it out, that is called mrityu. Okay, same way, water, akledyaha, wetting, drying. Wetting is again because there is parts in it, otherwise nothing can wet and unless this part gets reworked. That is how the change will happen. For example, when water falls into a seed, why does it germinate? Because there is part in the seed, there is part in the water, there is some activity happening between the water and the seed, and that's how the end result is called germination. Are you able to get that? If that part is not there, imagine the seed is roasted and there are no parts to it. What will happen? Nothing will happen. Only if part is there, this part as in the total can rework and then give you something else. That is what we call in our common language as purification or destruction, whatever we want we can call. Cutting, wetting, drying, all these are related to that only. Alag-alag sampark, rearrangement of the whole thing is what we are trying to look at. Samajh mein aa raha hai? Then the third, for example, if there is cloth and there is water in it, the wind will just take it and go. That means it has removed that water which is a separate part from the cloth and the cloth remains. That is what is evaporation and drying. Correct now? So there is a part and that part is moved out. Okay. Same way wind works that way. Same way Agni works that way. That is why Achedyoyam. Ched karna Prithvi Tattva. Adahyoyam Agni Tattva. Burning. Bhasmi karna. Then Akledya, wetting. Ashoshya, drying. These are the 4 ways by which you can completely change the existing nature, and that change is what you call it as with different names. And this is possible only when there are parts. And that is why Akasha doesn't have a part. Akala. And because it doesn't have a part, there is nothing you can remove out from it, there is nothing you can add in, you can't do anything to it. That is why it is the closest to Atma, because Atma is also Akala. If you can understand space, then with that view you will be able to understand Atma also. Okay, space. You can't add anything to space, you can't reduce the space, you can't do anything to the space. You may be able to do something in the content of the space, but not the space. Or the container used in the space, which is the content again, but not the space. Whichever way you go, you can't touch space. But you know it's a positive entity which is there. You can't say there is no space, because you can't do any action with it. Clear? Hence, he says, Pavana Pavatamasvi. Among these 4, I am Pavana because I have a spread and a breadth and I can do. That is the subtlest possible where there is Kala. जितना सटल है उतना तीव्र है, उतना एबिलिटी है उसका. जितना सूक्ष्म है उतना व्याप्त शक्ति है उसमें. That is why he says Pavana Pavatamasmi. Is it clear? Ramashastra Bhritamaham. So yesterday only it was, or day before yesterday only. What was it? Shastra Bhritam Aham. What is Shastra? Shastra. Weapon. Correct? Shastra Bhrita. This one. One who operates it, one who holds it, one who has got overlordship on that Shastra, knows how to use it, when to use it, how appropriately to use it, where to use it, everything. That is Shastra Bhrita, who has got that skill to use that Shastra. And who is the person who is very skillful in using the Shastra? He gives example, Rama. I am Rama. Okay. So, Tarak Mehta who saw yesterday? What is the bow of Rama? The answer was Pinaka. Okay. Don't say that. What is the Shastra of Rama? Kodanda. Kodanda. Vishnu is Sharanga. Sharanga Dhanva Gadadara. Okay, Vishnu. And Shiva is Pinaka Hastena Kritivasa, or any other Trishuladhari. Okay, Trishuladhari, Pinaka Dhari. And this Pinaka bow was used where? Rama's marriage. Rama's marriage, Pinaka bow was broken. Shiva Dhanush, Pinaka only. All that, like that you can connect. Many stories can connect this way. Okay. So, Rama Shastra Bhritamaham, among the person who is the most skillful in handling weapons, the wielder of the weapon, I am Rama. Okay. Then, Namashas Jashanam Makaraschasvi. So, he had told in the 21st shloka, Varuno Yadasamaham. And how did we give the example of Yadasa? What is Yadas? Aquatic? Then you have a problem. Then what is Jashana? Animals. Now what is Makara? You can say crocodile. So is it a fish now? Is it a fish now? So if you give a meaning of fishes for Jashanam, you have a problem if you call it crocodile. So many a times different words are used to tell different things. Contextually you have to take the meaning. That is why Yadasa Maham, we very clearly said that all the creatures in the water, it can be nymph and all that also. Not mythological creatures, because Varuna is not a fish or a crocodile or something like that, correct? Vam Varunaya Pashahastaya Jaladipataye Makara Vahanaya. Okay, Makara Vahanaya. Okay, here what is it? Jashanam Makaraschasmi. So Varuna has got Makara as Vahana. Try to connect. Varuna has got Makara as Vahana, and Varuna is the Adipati of Yadas. Among the Makara, among the Jasha, I am the Makara. So Jasha has to be living aquatic animals like fishes, crocodiles, all that put together, which you can see, I can see. Nymph nahi hai isme. So Jashanam is a subset of Yadas. समझ में आ रहा है? Hopefully clear. If not clear, छोड़ दो. We can leave this in option. Nothing wrong in this. So among the Jasha, which are aquatic animals, I am Makara. Makara meanings are different. It can be a crocodile, it can be a whale, it can be a shark fish. Whichever one you feel is the strongest that it can do, consider that to be Makara. So rather than giving a meaning, you say I am Makara. That's all. Okay, it need not be crocodile, it need not be whale, it need not be. The strongest living aquatic animal is Makara. Okay. Srotasamasmi Janhavi. Srotas. It is not Strotas. It is Srotas. Srotas means that which flows. Okay. Srotasam. Among the Srotas, I am Janhavi. What is Janhavi? Ganga. So why is he giving this always? Whenever example of Ganga is given, as Ganga purifies a person, Brahmajnanam Atma Vidya purifies a person. So Ganga is at a physical purification, Atma Jnanam is at a spiritual purification. Okay. Ganga comes from the Swarga, directly falls onto a Mastishka of Shiva, and from there coming down to Jannu, Jannu's ear, and then out. That is why from the Brahmaji the knowledge comes to a Guru, from the Guru, Guru Shishya Parampara, by Shruti this knowledge comes down. Sadashiva Samarambha Shankaracharya Madhyama. That is where these two things are very common. When you say Ganga Avataranam, we are referring to Atma Vidya on a spiritual Vedantic aspect. Okay, so Srotasam Asmi Jannavi, that also is Srotas. Atma Vidya is also Srotas. It flows from Guru Shishya Parampara, it comes. How do you know? Because today we are learning. If it would have not come, we would have not learned. So perennially it has been coming, right? Like that, Ganga will also perennially become. Whenever it will never dry, the snow will start, the ice will start melting, more and more it will keep coming. Okay, Srotasam Asmi Jannavi. Okay. Sarganamadiranta Sarganamadirantascha Madhyanchaivaham Arjuna अध्यात्म विद्या विद्यानां वादः प्रवदतामहम् सर्गाणाम् आदिः अन्तः च मध्यं च एव अहम् अर्जुन. This one line has got only one concept here. Sarganam adihi antaha cha madhyam cha eva aham Arjuna. Hey Arjuna, aham sarganam adihi cha madhyam cha antaha eva asmi. Correct? So, what is sarga? Creation. Correct? Sarganam. Sarganam aham adihi. I am the foremost. It starts with me, beginningless beginning. Madhyam. In between. Antaha. End. Now, do we agree? Do we agree to this? Sargana Madirantasya Madhyancha. Adihi Anta clear, Madhyancha how? But Sthiti how? Operator means what? When you say operator means what? Someone sitting there and operating. Antaryami means what? Antaryami can have a different reference. If explained properly, it will be correct. If not explained, then I will just leave it there as Antaryami. How does this Sthiti Karanam work? Srishti Karanam, how does it work? Srishti Karanam. Adihi. How did it work? So what happened first? What was there? Pani. Pani tha. पानी कहाँ से आएगा? पानी का पहला क्या? उसका पहला क्या था? उसका पहला क्या था? From Purusha it is coming. What is this Purusha? Huh? Original consciousness. ठीक है? That means there was nothing other than consciousness. Was consciousness visible? Perceptible? Huh? Why? Exactly. Who will perceive it? Someone has to be there. Before Srishti, who was there? So it presupposes that consciousness was there. And from there what came? Prakriti. Was Prakriti there or not there before it came? So both were Anadi. Then what was the difference? So something which was in the potential form became manifested due to some reason. And there was an intelligent cause which made it manifest. Correct? So you have a material cause which has come out, you have an intelligent cause which was always there, and this now material cause and intelligent cause will continue to work in a particular way which we call it as the law of nature. Correct? If there is something which is there, for example, if there are cells in the stomach, that cosmic intelligence tells us that if the food comes, it knows what to do. We don't teach. It forms a particular law. If you break that law, I liked a lot of sweets and I liked everything, so I had a lot and I don't produce insulin. It will follow its law, not because you ate more sweets. Correct? So whatever is Srishti mein, which has got created, so-called created, which is manifested, everything is working individually as per a law, collectively as per a law. Are you able to get that? When there is a law, there is a lawmaker and there is a law maintainer. If there is a law, someone has made that law and someone is maintaining that law. Correct? So that person who has made the law and who has maintained the law is the operator. Correct? Can someone say that no, I am separate. For me all this law doesn't work. If I jump up, I will never come down. I will keep going up. No, it will not work. Right? Then you define it. Okay, maybe if you are outside the gravity of the earth, then all that, then you define it, then that law is working there. There also if you say that I want to come down, you will not. You will follow that law, then you will make changes in it, those laws will start working. So these laws are already there, encrypted in the system. Right? And they all follow it implicitly. Implicitly follow it. Not like us. Mood में आया तो red signal देखा तो रुकेगा नहीं तो चला जाएगा. No. They implicitly follow the law. And this ability to follow this individual law, maybe it can be an amoeba, unicellular animal. That unicellular also has got multiple things within it, where it eats, it propagates, everything happens in that, up to a dinosaur, up to big cosmos, the Milky Ways. There are laws which are working. And there is someone who is managing this law. Ashcharyavat pashyati kascharya. The biggest ashcharya it is. You can't even imagine like that these laws are working. Okay. And these laws are being operated by Ishvara. That is why he says Aham Madhyancha. And the same laws will stop operating during Anta. Because if the laws continue to operate, Anta will never come up. स्टार्ट, गाड़ी चालू करना है, गियर में डालना है. अनलेस आप गियर को न्यूट्रल नहीं करोगे तो गाड़ी बंद नहीं होएगा. गियर में जब तक है गाड़ी चलते ही रहेगा. सो वंस यू स्टार्ट, गियर में डालना इज क्रिएशन, गियर में चलाना इज ऑपरेशन, गियर से निकाल के न्यूट्रल में डाल के बंद करना इज लाइफ. सो द एग्जिस्टिंग लॉस विल स्टार्ट failing because there are other laws which will overcome it. As we say, our Udana Vayu, what is Udana Vayu? Has 3 jobs. Anyone remembers? 3 jobs Udana Vayu has. Udana Vayu has 3 jobs. One is at the time of death. Second is स्टोरी सुनने के लिए आ जाते हैं. डाइजेशन, उदान वायु doesn't do anything. First one is reversal system. Reversal system. The moment something which is not as per our Prakriti we encounter, it will start working. कुछ गलती से या तो you cough, you sneeze, okay, it reverses the natural law. Natural law में कोई बाधा है तो उसको वापस गाड़ी को गियर में डाल के सीधा पटरी पे लेके जाने का किसी का काम है. It has got a law. That's a law. It works by that law. So first is reversal. The second one is, if everything is working properly and if you start doing some sadhanas and all, the energy levels can be through this Udana Vayu, which we are referring to chakras, and thereby your hormonal systems. Completely Udana Vayu is working. The third of it is when during death, every of these prana will be taken, movers and packers, ready to move it from one place to other. So that time this it will not do a, suppose if it is withdrawing something, correct? When it has to put back पटरी में डालने का जो काम है, will it be able to do that? Are you able to get what? Suppose originally it was doing what job? If something goes to this, nikal. But when it is actively taking prana shakti all together and packing, at that time मुंह में कोई कुछ डाला नहीं गया तो भी नहीं गया, वो बाहर निकलते रहेगा. Udana Vayu is actually not working there because it is doing some other job. That means its existing law, it has stopped and it has moved to another role. Who asked about this switch? Who gave that intelligence that the switch has to happen? Are you able to get this? So there is a law which tells that now it has to switch. That also is working by a law because it is doing for each and every creature like this. Every creature has Udana Vayu. Every creature which is working normally will start moving and packing when death has come. So there has to be a law that it should get activated, right? एक switch कोई तो चालू होगा. Someone will start the switch inside. चलो भाई अभी ये बंद करो. Now your program has changed. ये program से now you have moved to the another program. Are you able to get that? So whichever was Sthitikaraka will start changing to Layakaraka. Srishtikaraka to Sthitikaraka, there is a change. Sthitikaraka to Layakaraka, there is another change. Okay, who is managing all this? He says, Sarganamadhirantascha madhyanchaiva aham. Hey Arjuna, I am that. Okay, that great डायरेक्टर एंड प्रोड्यूसर ऑफ दिस पिक्चर विच यू आर सीन. कभी कौन सा सीन आना चाहिए, किसको कौन सा हीरो को आगे भेजना है, कौन सा विलन को पीछे लेना है, कौन सा हीरोइन को साइड पे करना है. इट्स ऑल माय जॉब. आई कीप डूइंग इट वेरी एफिशिएंटली. एंड व्हेन टाइम कम्स नेम्स विल आल्सो कम. सब लोग उठ के अपना अपना घर चला जाते हैं. स्टार्टिंग में जनगण मन विल कम इन दैट पिक्चर. यू नो नाउ द पिक्चर विल स्टार्ट. लास्ट में थैंक यू, ये डायरेक्टर प्रोड्यूसर पूरा नाम जब आता है ना, धोबी लिस्ट, तब एवरीवन नोस वी हैव टू गो. हो गया तो आई एम ओनली द पर्सन हु इज डूइंग ऑल दैट. समझ में आ रहा है? क्लियर? वेरी क्लियर. इफ इट इज क्लियर देन आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन. एनी डाउट एनीवन हैज? इफ देयर इज नो डाउट देन आई हैव अ डाउट. सर्गाणामादिरन्तश्च मध्यञ्चैवाहम् अर्जुन. ओके, अहमादिश्च मध्यञ्च भूतानामन्त एव च. Suppose I take the first line of this 32nd shloka and I take the second line of the 20th shloka and join it. What happens? सर्गाणामादिरन्तश्च मध्यञ्चैवाहम् अर्जुन अहमादिश्च मध्यञ्च भूतानामन्त एव च. That means same thing repeated. Yes or no? And repeating the same thing in our Shastra is called Punarukti Dosham. Cannot be done, not acceptable. You can't repeat the same thing again and say it is a new knowledge. Like what we do in the exam, we write something, then change the words in that and write the same thing again, and then we say that our answer is so big, assuming that the teacher doesn't know it. It's called Punarukti Dosham. You can't repeat the same thing again. Then how did Krishna do this? I have a problem. one way you can take it that way. So, what of the logical answer is? Bhutanam, when you say the living beings. And that here he is referring to Sarga. Okay, Sarga and Bhuta are different. And hence, Adi Madhya Anta may be the same, but the reference point is different. Right? Now, another way of looking at it is, one you can refer to space and other you can refer to time. One is referred to space, Adi Madhya Anta, can be even from space aspect, from Patala to Brahmaloka, where Bhuloka is Madhya, or time, Adi Madhya Anta. So if you give whichever meaning too differently, Punarukti dosha will not be there, and both are there. Okay. Many a times we never know what the person who has told actually means. We justify it by giving all this logic. Because then only it fits properly into a Shastra. Otherwise there will be a lot of flaw in the Shastra. And that we will not allow it to happen. Because the Shastra is complete and perfect. Our understanding may have a lacuna, and hence, just one second. There's someone come, just call that person. It's for the sample, he needs to wait. Got that? Yeah. So we call the person, you can call. Okay. Adhyatma vidya vidyanam Vadah pravadatamaham. Adhyatma vidya vidyanam. So, Adhyatma vidya is one vidya. Atma vidya is another vidya. What is the difference? Huh?
It's the same.
Both are the same. Just apply it. Just because I am asking, don't worry so much. Atma Vidya, Adhyatma Vidya. Adhi, Atma, Adhyatma. That's all. Both are same. Okay. There is no foremost Atma and Atma. Everything is only one. So Adhyatma Vidya is Brahma Vidya or Atma Vidya. So among all the Vidyas, I am Atma Vidya. What is Vidya? What is Vidya?
Knowledge.
Faculties. Faculties of knowledge. Disciplines of knowledge. Why should I be Atma Vidya and no other Vidya? Among the disciplines of knowledge, why should that be the highest knowledge? Like you understand the earth physiology, you understand the history, you understand.
So that applies to everyone. Everyone that it's important for everyone.
Okay. So I can say mathematics is important for everyone, whether they know it or they don't know it, they are using it. So it is important. ठीक है, understanding of self, ठीक है. Okay.
Because this is about yourself.
It is about myself. Okay, done. So what? Moksha sadhanam. So what?
Other Vidyas are
Okay, tell me one thing. This statement of yours, I will prove it absolutely wrong in less than 1 minute. How many people are there in this world, in this earth today? Roughly 8 billion. 8 billion. Out of that, how many are at least aware that there is Atma Vidya? Few lakhs. Correct? Will it even form 0.1% of this total population? So what happens to 99.9% of the population? Completely unaware that there is something called Atma Vidya. Does it disprove what you are trying to tell? That it's a must that everyone should know. It's a wish, but it doesn't happen that way, right? Another problem, everyone knows and everyone gets moksha. Big problem for Dhata Ham Vishwato Mukam. Yes, a big problem there. काम धंधा नहीं है उनको, सबको मोक्ष मिल गया तो. So that will never happen. Then why is this Atma Vidya given such a importance? Got that person's number. I need to speak. If he goes, I have a problem. Just once again, I need to speak to this person and continue. Wait. Or I'll give you the. आ जाइए हाँ ठीक है sorry okay so why Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam he says what is Vidya from there it starts from there actually what is Vidya no what is Vidya not qualified. Vidya is one thing. What is Vidya? Knowledge. Why knowledge? It starts. Why knowledge? Any knowledge. Why that knowledge? Could be.
Doing actions.
Huh?
Doing routine actions, sustaining yourself.
So why that knowledge? Without that knowledge, what will happen? Okay, go. Let's go to maybe 10,000 years back. What Vidya was there?
Sir, for our refinement.
For our refinement.
Yes.
हाँ? जिज्ञासा उन लोगों को नहीं था क्या? 10,000 years back. आज बहुत ज़्यादा है क्या जिज्ञासा? Why knowledge? Why do we want knowledge? इच्छा शक्ति, क्रिया शक्ति, ज्ञान शक्ति स्वरूपिणी. Heard somewhere?
Next, Lalita.
What comes first? If Ichha comes, Kriya will come. How does Ichha come? By itself.
Desire.
How did Vasanas give you Ichha? How did Vasana itself come? How did you do that kriya?
Because the knowledge is there.
It's some knowledge.
It presupposes a knowledge. Please understand, anything what you are doing, a kriya presupposes you have a knowledge. Right knowledge, wrong knowledge, we are not saying. But you have a knowledge. Without a knowledge, you can't do it. For example, you take a baby and put into the water. What will the baby do?
It splashes and right.
From where did that come?
Survival.
From where did that come?
The ichha to survive.
That ichha to survive is backed up by, why not moving the head like this? By hand and leg. So there is an inbuilt knowledge that I have to move my hand and leg to take my head up. So that jnana is there. The jnana will push the ichha to survive. The ichha will make you do karma. Correct? So without jnana, ichha itself will not come. Suppose I tell you, you have to go to a place in Himalaya which is called Kailas, and in that place if you go, you will suddenly glow with such a lot of knowledge and power and everything. If you don't know about it, will you have a desire to do something and go? Will you do put any effort? So first what, if there is kamana, it has to be back because of a knowledge. The knowledge can only give desire. The desire will only prompt you to make action. So all vidyas are for what? For what? That knowledge is for what? Fulfilling my desire. Dharmartha kama moksha, for that jnanam. Dharma jnanam, to be in that and feel happy that I am a dharmishta, that jnanam has to be there, then only you will follow it. Correct? So any jnanam is useless if you say simply that I want to get that knowledge. People come and say, no, I want to learn this also, I want to learn this also, I want to learn, for what? Unless you are going to utilize it for something. नहीं अच्छा लग रहा है, हाँ that अच्छा लग रहा है is a utility. Are you able to get that? मैं सीखेगा तो अच्छा लगेगा. So I like it. That is the utility and it gives me some mental peace or whatever. That is why I need this knowledge. Just like that, when you say that, just like that, that just like that also has a meaning. That I have a desire, and that desire to fulfill it, I need this knowledge. Then only I can act, do something about it. Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti. Is it clear? Without Jnana? Yeah. So Jnana, Ichha, Kriya. That's how it will work. Okay. The Kriya will many a times give Jnana. Otherwise, improvement will never happen. How does improvement happen? Ichha, Jnana, Ichha, Kriya. The result of the Kriya gives Jnana. That refined Jnana, Ichha, Kriya, it keeps on going, happening like that. Simple. So, Vidyanam for what? Ichha Purti. Various Vidyas are for what? Ichha Purti. Correct? Now, among the Vidyas, I have various Ichhas. The different Ichhas can be fulfilled by different Jnanas. My desire to eat sweets and satisfy my tongue cannot come with Atma Vidya. Simple. For that knowledge that this sweet is going to satisfy me, and then Kriya and go eat that's it. So different Vidyas have ability to satisfy different Ichhas. And based on it, Kriya will be there. Correct? So now we have to look at the vidyas, faculties and knowledge, because each of them have a scope, have a limitation. If I study mathematics, my ichcha related to mathematics will get fulfilled, but my ichcha related to physics will not get fulfilled, or chemistry will not get fulfilled, because the scope of mathematics is related only to that, and that is a limitation of mathematics vidya. Clear? Every vidya has such a limitation. Correct? Is it clear? Why? Because my desires are unlimited. These unlimited desires are coming out of my unlimited knowledge about the object, but I have limited means to achieve limited things. Correct? And I prioritize. That means I am leaving few things which I cannot. Which means all the disciplines, if we refer to, which are vyavaharika, in this have got limitation, have got scope, have got ability to fulfill only certain desire and not everything. Compared to that, when you see Atma Vidya, there is no limitation to it. Why? Eka Vijnanena Sarva Vijnanam Bhavati. If that knowledge is there, all the other knowledge need not be there. That is how it fulfills. Holding on to this one, I am ready to drop all the other ichchas for this one ichcha. But the same thing will never happen if you take any other faculty. You will never get fulfilled. But in this Purnamada, Purnamidam, this is not the end of the class. This is the meaning of it. Purnatvam is achieved. Completeness is achieved. That means desire, there is no more further desire. All my desires are fulfilled. And hence, Aham Adhyatma Vidya Vidyana. Are you able to get a very nice logical meaning? Why Atma Vidya? If someone asks, you need to at least have a logical answer. No, I like it. Why I like it? Because I 1.5 घंटा कैसा जाता है मालूम नहीं हफ्ते में. बहुत अच्छा लगता है. क्यों अच्छा लगता है? वो सर भी कुछ ना कुछ नया बोलते रहते हैं. घर से भी जरा कटकट नहीं है, इसलिए बहुत अच्छा लगता है. If that is the goal, then Atma Vidya is not going to give you that. That is a very small goal. The goal is that with one knowledge, how I can satisfy all the other knowledge. That means I am ready to give up that knowledge because I feel that is very insignificant ichcha compared to this ichcha. Which means that knowledge becomes insignificant. If my ichcha is insignificant, that knowledge is insignificant. Okay, someone loves cricket. That person knows in every match who has hit how much, who has caught, how many runs have been taken by every bowler, how many wickets have been taken in every, full knowledge about it. Why? That ichcha of being fully updated and being like, if anyone asks, I am the person who can refer. That is the ichcha. Now you go to another person who doesn't know anything about cricket, it is just dekh raha hai, kuch to ho raha hai. Will that person have the knowledge? Although he must be seeing it, but why he will not have the knowledge? Because there is no ichcha about it. Okay, so first a desire will presuppose the depth of knowledge. More intensity of the desire will presuppose more intensity of the knowledge. Correct? Because there was a little ichcha, that is why you came to the class. That ichcha further increased. That is why you are coming again and again. कि भाई अभी तक fulfill नहीं हुआ, so you will come. Okay, so this ichcha and jnana are actually complementing each other. What did we say? Some ichcha, then that will give you some jnanam, will give you certain desire, will make you do some karma. That karma changes the knowledge. That knowledge changes the quality of that desire. then again next karma. So the learning is actually sitting in that process. When you are continuously learning, continuous knowledge, satisfying this itcha of learning and implementing it is making you come again that, hey, I have a gap in the knowledge. The itcha is now to fulfill that gap. Again I come to the class. Are we able to get that cycle? And hence, Adhyatma Vidya, once you have it, no other Vidya, you are not going to say that these are useless. No. It is like Jagan Mithyatma. You don't say the Jagat is not there. The Jagat is secondary. The Jagat is subservient to Brahma Satya. Jagan Mithyatma is that way. Same way, a person with Atma Vidya, you cannot say that he will be the best in mathematics, biology and physics and chemistry. No, 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 it will be zero. But that is not needed, because through these Vidya, you are ultimately through limited knowledge and limited goal and limited achievement, you are trying to actually reach to the unlimited, which will never happen. So the path which maximum number of people will take is limited goal, limited knowledge, limited action, limited result. Then again the next goal, like that, with limit, you keep on increasing, assuming one day I will achieve the whole thing. Okay. But the same thing, if you achieve a much bigger thing, this becomes tuchya. And that is what Atma Vidya is doing. And hence, it is a limitless goal with a knowledge which you always will have all the other goals much lower than that. And hence, you are ready to put effort for this knowledge. Adhyatma Vidya Vidya. Is it clear? Kala Kalayatamaham. Kalaha. Kalaha, time. Kalayatam is giving karma phala. I am Kalaha, the one who gives the karma phala time to everyone, to everything. So one's punyam, others papam, both fructifying in the same environment, one facing sukham, one facing dukkham. All this will continuously happen. That interaction, individual plus interaction with the society, will continuously happen. And I ensure that the whole thing is managed completely. So I am the giver of karma phala. I am kala tattva. Okay. Kalaha kalayatamam. Kalayatam. Okay. Then Kalah kalayatamaham aksharanam akarosmi. Oh, Vada pravadatamaham. Sorry. Kalah kalayatamaham. We finished it, huh? Oh, that is over. Sorry. Vada pravadatamaham. Vadaha. Not Vataha. What is Vata? Huh? Vata. Vayu. Vadaha. Vadaha is not argument. Okay. Our Nyaya Shastra has given a very beautiful, complete explanation of it. Now, for most of the people who are really interested to go with Nyaya is the law, how there's postulates. उनको ये मज़ा आएगा, otherwise महा boring topic है, महा boring. Okay, so when it comes to Nyaya Shastra, I will read out to you. I need to get the start, that's all. प्रमाण प्रमेय संशय प्रयोजन दृष्टांत सिद्धांत अवयव वाद जल्प वितंडावाद हेत्वाभास छल जाति निग्रह स्थानानां तत्वज्ञानात् निश्रेयसादिगमः. of the postulates of Nyaya Shastra. Okay. Pramana. There are 16 aspects they have told. All these are important. Pramana, Prameya, Samshaya, Prayojana. Okay. Vitanda, Siddhanta, Drishtanta, Siddhanta, Avayava, Tarka, Nirnaya, Vada, Jalpa, Vitanda, Hetva Chala, Jati, Nigraha Sthanana. Like that, 16 items are there as per Nyaya Shastra. Okay. Someone is coming. So, Pramana. Anyone remembers? Pratyaksha Pramana, Anumana Pramana. Nyaya Shastra only we have borrowed it and given you. Huh? No, Pramana is the way how the knowledge can get transferred. Okay, so you have Pratyaksha Pramana, Anumana Pramana, Upamana Pramana, Arthapatti Pramana, Anupalabdhi Pramana, Shastra Pramana. Okay, like that you have Pramanas. For what? Prameyas. What are the Prameyas? Prameya are the object. Pramana is the knowledge of the object. For what? Objects. How many objects are there? Okay. Complete Nyaya Shastra will come out now. Very, very, and you need this when it comes to very tough Manana related or very Brahma Sutras and all this Nyaya will come in place because the Tarkas will be used there. Okay. So Prameya, Atma, Sharira, Indriya, Artha, Buddhi, okay, Pravritti, Dosha, Pretya Bhava, Phala, Dukkha, Apavarga. 12 of them are there. In that Atma becomes that is the difference. This is where Vedanta will never call Atma as a Prameya, it's Aprameya. Whereas the Vaisheshika in Nyaya Shastra will call Atma as a object, Prameya. That means you can seek Atma, you can attain Atma, go and seek it. Atma is separate, I am separate. Or my Atma is separate than me. Like that they will look at it. Okay. So Sharira is different, Atma, Indriya is different, Artha is different, Buddhi is different, Mano, Pravritti, Dosha, Atma is different. Okay. Then Dravya Guna Karma, Samanya, Vishesha, Samavaya, Abhava. These are Vaisheshika calls, these are Prameya. Dravya, Guna, Karma, Vishesha, Samanya and Samavaya and Abhava. All. In Abhava means what, you know? Abhava is what? Absence. In that they have three classifications. In absence. Anyonya Abhava, Atyanta Abhava. Abhava, first of all, in that three classification. Okay, complete rule books. And they will quote, based on this, your postulate is wrong. Are you able to get that? So all this, and Adi Shankara was one of the fantastic Nayayikas. Fully he can break Nyaya using their own tenets very clearly. Because if you have to explain Atma, you should be very strong in Nyaya. Otherwise, sir bola, usne bola, wo book mein likha hai, Mandukya Upanishad has told this. It has not gone in. I have gone through hundreds of Upanishads. Not even one Upanishad has gone through me. That is what the meaning is there. So Nyaya is very, very important when it comes to really understanding it. Okay. Then after that, Samshaya, the doubt. Then Prayojana, what is the purpose? Then Drishtanta, example, similar instances. Then Siddhanta, what is the established tenet behind it? From the example, you will get the tenet behind it, right? Then, avayava, the members. Like if you say dhyana, dhyata, dhyeya, dhyana, all those things are members. If this triputi is not there, it will not happen. So the members in that. Then tarka, that is debate, confuting it, right? Then nirnaya, getting a ascertainment, what is the final. Then vada. How do you get tarka? By nirnaya, using vada. Now in vada, you have different types. Vada, jalpa, vitanda, hetvabhasa, chala, jati. All these are different types. And we use all this in our day to day. Without knowing we are using this. Okay. What is vada? Vada is a proper discussion with mutual respect. So either of the person is important, the person's concept is important. I respect the person, I respect the concept, I hear it out, I consider it, I review it, and I respond to it, I do not react to it. And if it is established that this is correct, I will be ready to come out of my position and accept this. That is a discussion, very clear discussion. Okay, everything starts that way. Then the change happens. Whenever we say we are going to discuss, it starts that way. Everyone are ready. Okay, then it moves to jalpa. Jalpa is gaining victory by defense or attack on the opposite person. On the proposition, whatever is proposed, you keep defending it. Okay, this is called jalpa. I say something, for the sake of opposing, you will oppose it. There are sometimes many times it is 12 o'clock in the morning. No. Suppose you are sitting in the sun, will it be 12 o'clock in the morning? If I am at USA, what will it? Right now we are sitting here, why are you bringing that? No. So this is called jalpa. Then you have vitanda. Vitanda is सामने वाला कुछ भी बोलो, I will put something to break that. It may not have even connection. It may not have any connection to what you are saying. A person is telling something, I put completely different. For example, vitanda is, I'll give you a very nice example. See, don't do this like this because this will be the problem you have to. The other person will say, but that day you did something else like that. That time you didn't feel that will be a problem. Now why are you feeling if I do this way, this is a problem? That has got no connection with this. Are you able to get that? But then that is used to play this. And in discussions this will happen. Any discussions this will, and this is called vitanda. Many, anywhere it happens. That is, something else has been taken. I pick up your weakness.
Public debate is like that.
I pick up your weakness of something else and play it around you, leaving this discussion completely away. That's called vitandavada. अरे भाई बेटे कुछ चीज बात करने के लिए वो तो साइड पे ही है. Then it starts pointing at each other and the whole thing goes out. That is vitanda. Then hetvabhasa, fallacies in reasoning. Okay, something like completely erratic, illogical, contradictory reasoning देके उसको close कर देगा. Many a times people in position do this a lot. People in position, easiest way. Oh, why? Our parents only have done it a lot to us. You ask something, what is the meaning of, hey, keep cut. What do you know about it? We never asked our parents about this. This is hetvabhasa, clear. Straight away saying no. Clear? Then chala. Chala is called quibbling. As the opposition offered a proposal, assumption as to an alternate meaning. उसका अलग ही meaning करा देने का. छल कपट बोलते हैं ना. उसका meaning कोई पूरा घुमा फिरा के तोड़ मरोड़ के कुछ तो बोले या मीडिया जो करता है. That is chala. Then jati is faulty, consists of offering objections found in mere similarity and dissimilarity. So when you say, that is why we say an example is an example so far as it has certain similarities and certain dissimilarities. Correct? Why an example is given? Then you take the similarity of the example which you know and extend it to the point what you have to learn. Are you able to get that? That is similarity. But the moment you say example, it needs to have dissimilarity. Otherwise it is not example, it is the same. Correct? When I say an example, he is like the lion of the organization. He is a lion of the organization. That means there have to be similarities of the lion and the jungle, organization and him, and you have to take the similarities. Correct? Suppose you take the other way around. There are dissimilarities. Huh? You play on the dissimilarity and extend the example. Then that means he will walk with 4 legs if you start telling. He is the lion of the organization. Oh, does he come in 4 legs? That is called jati. Jati is taking a distorted meaning completely of it and then using that to against you in the discussion. Okay, that is jati. So, Vada, Jalpa, Vitanda, Hetvabhasa, Chala, Jati. And then Nigrahasthananam. Then the occasion where you rebuke. And then establish the Tattvajnana. Pramana Prameya Samshaya Prayojana Siddha Drishtanta Siddhanta Avayava Vada Jalpa Vitanda Vada Hetva Bhasa Chalajati Nigrahasthananam Tattvajnanat Nishreyasadhigamaha. This is the sutram of Nyaya. Then each of them are explained. Basic sutram of Nyaya is this. From there everything, pramanas, prameyas, everything will come out. Who all wants to learn Nyaya? See, till now I did not know there was something like this. So Icha was not there. But some people will start, this is so logical. Because in your day-to-day activity, it's very useful. Very, very useful. You have a very rational, logical thinking. You know mapping of people, how they are, what they are doing, and are they someone is misusing. You can understand it very clearly. And if you are able to do that, you know how to defend it also properly and not fall into the trap. If someone is using any of this to make you fall into a trap, you will be calm and you will say, okay, you know how to uska round घुमा के उसको वापस लाइफ में लेके आने. That ability you have. So it's a nice thing. Okay. And hence he says, Vada pravadatamaham. Among the discussions, I am Vada discussion and not Vitanda, Jalpa, Hetvabhasa, Chala, Jati. Are you able to get this? Kitna evolved thinking tha. The Shastras were very, very evolved. Which we say, we see it as examples. But there they have put principles in place. So at each of these examples you can now connect to. It organizes our thought process very easily. Okay? Good. Then, where did we go? Kunsa page Aksharanam akarosmi dvandvasamasika cha ahamevakshayah kalaha dhataham vishwatomukah. Okay. Aksharanam akarosmi. So, naksharati iti aksharaha. Naksharati. What is kshara? To break. Naksharati iti aksharaha. That which cannot be broken further. From there only akshata comes, which cannot be broken. So you need to use full akshata, not broken rice in akshata. So alphabets are akshara. You cannot further break it. And among those alphabets, because what you need for is just open your mouth and remove the sound. That A gets joined with every other aksharas. Every other akshara is incomplete without A. Think about it and try. Try to tell some akshara without A in it. Because the first thing when you open your mouth and sound comes out, it is A only. That gets modified into any other akshara using your mouth. Can you remove any sound without removing sound from the throat? The answer is no. And that sound, primordial sound which is coming from the throat, let it be for human beings, animals or anyone, will be only. If it is E, still it is A, changing this to make it E. If it is U, it is A, moving to make it U. Are you able to get that? So, Aksharanam Akaros, and the primordial first alphabet sound, which is common in all the languages. Any language will have to start with first A, I, Un, Rilak, E, O, Maheshwarani, Sutrani, starts with A. Okay, clear? Dvandvasamasika cha. Dvandva samasa. That Malati teacher will tell what it is. It's a specialized area. Huh? So?
Can keep on adding.
But what is this? That is the point. That is the point here.
Because it is not dependent on, see, all other samasas, it's Tatpurusha, it will depend on the previous.
The prefix or the suffix. Either it's a verb or the noun. Okay.
Gajana, Ishara, like that. In Bahubali also, there is a subject and there is not. I think Dvandva,
Each is independent. Each independent entity is maintained. That is the only samasa where each independent entity is maintained. That is why he says it is Dvandva. Now, okay, just to tell you all, samasas are complex words. In every language it is used. Sanskrit has got a completely matured classification of these, very nicely, elaborately classified, and you have got samasas. There are 5 samasas or 6 samasas based on how you put it. So, these samasas have a particular way it is used. For example, why a samasa is used? For if you say drinking water, what is the meaning of that? Drinking water. What is the meaning of that?
Either the action of the person.
No, drinking water, just a drinking water. If I simply mention drinking water,
It is clean, it is you can consume it.
that means water which can be drank is drinking water. Simple. Drinkable water. So instead of I writing this water can be drank by anyone, hence it is drinking water, I simply write drinking water. That means a big sentence is now made into a small, which doesn't distort the meaning but gives, and people mostly will take the right meaning there. Correct? For example, in English also, any hyphenated words are complex words, where based on the context you will put a meaning to it. Okay? So, you take any example. Chili powder. The powder made from chilies is chili powder. Turmeric powder. Tooth powder.
Powder used for brushing teeth.
Ah, you changed it. How did you change it? Are you able to get the meaning now? It's a complex word. You didn't say powder of the tooth is called tooth powder.
It's like that.
You are able to get that. So based on the context, naturally I know how to change it. And when you have more and more such words which can be joined, you can pack more knowledge and information in smallest possible sentence. And in that Sanskrit is expert. They can go on for pages and pages to write one line. Pages and pages. It will be on and on. No comma, no full stop, nothing. Last में one full stop will come. Not only in the Shruti, in Smriti also it is very easily seen. Especially the Kavyas. The Kavyas it is a lot. Kalidasa and all starts writing to his one sentence will be 2, 3, 4, 5 lines together. One word, not sentence. One word. One word. Okay. Anyone knows Shamala Dandaka? Heard? Big in the sense by Kalidasa. Wait. Sometimes it is nice to learn this and by heart it. It's very nice. If you have a liking, of course. I will tell you one. Big one is there. Tamatandu Kanya. And Dandakam is 1 meter. It's a meter. That is why this particular, that is a star. So Shamala Dandakam is about the Devi in this particular meter, yes sir. And it's all like long. Wahan pe one of this is Taraka Rajanika Shahara Valismera Charustana Bhoga Bhara Naman Madhya Valli Cheda Biji Samullas Sanandashchitakara Saundarya Ratnakara Valli Kari Bhritkare Kinkara Shrikare. One word, and all has got, you just have to break it. It is adjective of the Devi with each of these. Like comma dalte jayenge. Okay, another one, big ones there, and it's nice when you listen to it, na, it has to be sung, a little tune also comes to it, but it gives you a good knowledge of this. This is the way children are taught vocabulary in Sanskrit. A lot of words, vocabulary comes unknowingly. Then when you know how to break it, you know how the samasa works. Okay, so in Dvandva samasa, you keep on adding and. So if I have to tell Rajesh and teacher and Gauri and you, I have to simply add all this and put Bahuvachanam at the end. That's all. It means that this and this and this and this and this. So each individual is maintained as a unique entity and independent of the other one, and hence I am Dvandva. Because in the other samasas, one is dependent on the other. So which means if you say one is dependent on the other, Nitya Anitya Vastu jaisa. Nitya Vastu ko bhav hai, Anitya Vastu ko value nahi hai. But here everything is Nitya in Dvandva. All are equally valued. And he says Dvandva Samasitasya. Okay. Hopefully Arjuna knew Dvandva Samasa. That is why all this explanation was not required to it. Okay. Right. Ahameva Kshaya Kalaha Dhataham Vishwato Mukhaha. This we will continue in the next one. It's a simple meaning. Kala Tattvam which we have said, and Dhata Vishwato Mukhaha, which where I can see all the sides, all the 10 sides, Vishwato Mukhaha. So which we will see in detail in the next class. No problem. Okay, so here we will stop it. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Surprisingly, no stories today. More serious knowledge. More serious stuff, huh? Like Sanskrit bolo, नहीं तो न्याय बोलो.
Impromptu made us think that like one verse.
Right? Okay, चल. हरि ओम.
धन्यवाद.
हरि ओम. धन्यवाद.
हरि ओम सर, हरि ओम, धन्यवाद.
हरि ओम. Yeah.